In Pittsburgh, a tearful vigil for the victims of the mass shooting at the Tree of Life synagogue. From President Trump, a condemnation of violence and a plea for unity.
We condemn the historic evil of anti-Semitism and every other form of evil. And unfortunately, evil comes in many forms. And we come together as one American people.
The synagogue shooting and the arrest of a man charged with sending pipe bombs to prominent Democrats and Trump critics have heightened tensions and uncertainty in the final days of the midterm campaign, says analyst John Hudak.
Well, the country is in pain. This is a set of circumstances that unfortunately happens in America all too regularly. That is acts of violence and acts of aggression toward fellow Americans by Americans.
Hey folks, how are you?
Former Vice President Joe Biden is among those calling for calm.
I know sometimes these days the anger, the hatred, the viciousness seem like they're going to overwhelm us. And it's on our leaders to set the tone, to dial down the temperature, to restore some dignity to our national dialogue.
A vote for Democrats is also a vote to destroy Medicare.
Some Democrats say the president's partisan attacks have contributed to the politically charged atmosphere. Not true, says White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders.
The very first thing the media did was blame the president and make him responsible for these ridiculous acts. That is outrageous that would be the very first reaction.
For his part, Trump has vowed to campaign aggressively right up to Election Day on issues important to his supporters, like immigration.
The Democrat Party is openly encouraging millions of illegal aliens to break our laws, violate our borders, and bankrupt our country. That's what has to happen.
I did 50 town halls. You know what people talked about in those town halls? Health care.
Democrats have focused on health care for much of the campaign, but Trump also looms large, says Jim Kessler.
Democrats want to make this about health care and the tax bill and about Donald Trump. And let's face it, this is going to be about Donald Trump.
You all ready?
Democrats expect to make gains in the House of Representatives, but Republicans are favored to hold their narrow majority in the Senate, says John Fortier.
And some of what has happened in recent days with the Kavanaugh hearings and Republicans kind of coming home as a party are helping in that area. So it'll be mostly a win for Democrats, but with a probably bright spot in the Senate for Republicans.
The stakes are enormous. A Democratic House could block the Trump agenda and launch numerous investigations of the Trump White House, complicating the president's re-election hopes in 2020. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.